Watch. Wait for it. Wow. How is it going? We're still alive, if anybody cares. It is April something. I know that because my birthday's next week, and my birthday's in April, so... Well, I guess last February, January, February, I thought, you know what, let's put rear suspension on the orange cart. I sprained my back last year, and it was just time to soften the ride a little bit, soften the blows. So, put some rear suspension on, and of course, had to change around the entire frame and organize things just a little bit differently. While cutting everything apart and getting ready for that, I thought, yeah, let's make some more changes, and then that just turned into months and months of work. But we got it done in around the fall. And unfortunately, it's really difficult to get the three of us, or even Cade and I, just the two of us. It's hard to get a single weekend where neither of us are busy. Here comes a bus. And people. Alright, I'm gonna try to be a little bit better with my filming skills. I know that they're not the greatest by any stretch of the imagination. Especially when it comes to too close. When you look through the viewfinder, it kinda, I don't know, things look a little further away than they actually are. So when I'm like doing close-up filming and trying to explain stuff, it just seems normal, whereas on the screen, like, you don't get that peripheral vision, and then it just looks so much closer. And all the shaking and stuff that I do doesn't help anyway. Doesn't help at all. Let's see, some of the comments we've been getting lately. Many on the build videos, especially with the snowmobile cart. Most of them good, most just questions. Some of them are not so good. Some of you guys are mean. You get multiple comments on how the old guy, which is my dad, he's super smart, and then the idiot running the camera. Like, that'd be me. I like to think I make videos kind of interesting, but wow, some of you guys are just ruthless. First off, you'll notice the design is a little bit different. I think I made like the last video we made, I explained some of this, but not a whole lot of you actually watched it, so let's explain some of the changes and what those changes are supposed to accomplish. First, I guess we will talk a little bit about the shocks. I did make some videos on how I was going to put these in, and I did actually finish those videos even though I didn't post it. I had 100 something gigabyte memory card, and I had all the footage on there, and I was going to go edit it, and all of it was, the memory card decided it would be corrupted. And I lost everything. Not just go-kart videos, but some of my personal home videos, and I felt bad. It felt real bad. So first of all, we had to adjust the swing arm. It was a little bit too short, especially we needed the shocks to come in here, so we just added a bit of a spacer. I think everyone already knew that though. Made sure everything fit. And then we needed an assembly. I always say we, it's just kind of the way I talk. The cart needed an assembly to attach to. And then you'll remember that we had posts. Posts holding the seat up, which is not the case anymore. Well, I guess the front has some posts right about there. So to integrate the seat more into the frame, make it a little bit safer. So that's what that is. And we could connect the shocks to it. It took some work actually to get everything to fit properly. So the shocks connect to there, which to there, and that connects to the seat. And then I thought, seat belts, what am I going to do? Because before, the bars in the back, they came up like this, and then up like this, and then the seat belts were attached kind of there. And it wasn't quite going to work with this setup, so I had to make a bar. And that was a pain in the butt, to say the least. Because the seatbelts have to be higher and a little bit to the back. You can't just go up and then down. We tried that and that didn't work. Oh, that's the wind. So in here we have the seatbelt mount. Seatbelt mounts. That's just a bar coming off the bottom of the frame. Comes up. And the seatbelts go up there, around there. And of course we had problems with when the swing arm pivots on a bump, will the tank actually hit the bar, the seatbelt bar down there? And the answer was yes. Yes, they would. So moved back the engine a little bit. It's all very, very tight fit. So when the shocks are bottomed out, the gas tank is about 1/8 of an inch from hitting the bar there. I've ridden it around a little bit, it doesn't seem to be a problem, but only time will tell. So the frame is actually, I think, 2.5 to 3 inches shorter. The frame is, so that the roof is shorter. The roll bars are shorter. Not as much room, so I had to change that. And that was also a pain in the butt, because if you remember from the first version of this kart, my head almost hit the roll bars anyway, so make that lower and make it a little bit wider on the sides. So I bowed the side bars. They used to be just like tall and skinny flat, so it would just slap. And now they're rounded and a little bit wider, so it should be a much smoother transition. I mean, it won't be smooth. It's when you flip over, it's kind of violent, but I hope that it will mitigate some of the damage. Now, with all that explained, I guess I should say I lowered the seat. You're probably like, why would you lower it why would you lower the frame if your head was already hitting? Exactly. So I cut out a good, I think, 3 inches from the seat, so it's way lower. It's I don't know if I can see it here. Yes, extends below a little, just a little bit, but hopefully that won't hit on like a rock or anything, but I guess we'll see. So that's way lower. Okay, you'll notice I've flipped it around. I had a bug. What, the bug? Just landed on me. Oops, I think I switched it. Go to the brakes. Oops, there's my shadow. Great. No one wants to see that. So the pedal system is actually the same, but the brake cable is different. The mount is different here. It wraps all the way along to the back. Had to make a little mount here. Recess the hole a little bit. Recess the hole, is that the right terminology? Anyway, so it can't move side to side. Only back and forth, and right now it's at a good tension so that it won't do that. And then we got a pivot right here. So that pulls. This will pull this way, which in turn will push this. Where's my finger? There we go. Whoop. This to there. You'll push this in, which activates the brake. Kill switch. You'll remember it was on the back here, and the only way I could turn this thing off was to run it upside down for a while, or reach back blindly and try to funnel my way over here and switch it off. But we moved the engine back and the frame is longer. I can't reach that anymore, especially with these big bars in the way. So I installed a kill switch, but you didn't see that coming. Just ran some wires up here. It's even labeled correctly. Now it's off. Now it's on. So I can just reach that even without looking, but I can still see it. So that's a fun feature. And over here, this is the gas. The pedals are mounted to metal hinges. This one was really bent the last time you saw it, I believe. And so I got a really heavy duty door one, and it has a spring inside, so it automatically wants to return. Since the hinge spring is so powerful, it automatically pulls the pedal down, so I had to install a spring here to return it from that position. So now it just does that automatically, just the way I like it. Someone was complaining that we needed more aggressive looking tires. And I agree. This thing could use some aggressive looking tires. One problem though, the size of the motor kind of dictates the kind of wheels we need to ride with. A 6.5 horsepower motor can barely, can't really even spin these big tires. These aren't even that big. But they're lawnmower tires with hardly any grip, aggressive tread, or ATV wheels. This poor little cart can't do it. Front tires maybe we could get away with something a little better. I'll sort of show you what it looks like when I'm sitting in there, so you get an idea of how much. You'll notice I have these bars here too. That doesn't make it any easier to get in. Also, steering wheel does come off to make entry a little bit easier and exit. So you'll notice right now, I already got so much more headroom, and it's just not very likely I'm going to smack my head on the sides now. There. Wow, 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 wow. Hello. Could use a little oil. I know it's boring, but at least it's something, right? We do hope to do some videos really quick here. We're getting a little antsy. Oh, there's the smart guy. The dumb guy's still in the camera. Within the next few weeks, we'll get together and do a little bit of filming. Actually drive somewhere, because we're right there with you. We think that all the build and talking videos are super boring, and I'm just going to stop now.